we are at the moment in a cycle of life where everybody, if you're just a little bit aware, you can feel something is shifting. Some people are not willing to maybe adapt to the change. Some people are not strong enough to adapt to the change. Some people don't know how to put it into practice in order to go with the change. It is my perspective. There will come the time, and it's not going to take long, where a natural separation is going to take place, a natural separation. The ones that are able to read the signs, that are able to go with what is happening, to adapt to the changes this world is bringing to us, they will move on to another world. They will move on to another area, to another cycle of us humans being right now here on the earth. And other people that are unwilling, unable, maybe incapable of adapting to the coming changes. It is simple like this. They will stay with the old world, which is about to end. That's the message. That's all what this is about. An old era is about to come to an end. A new era is about to come. This is worldwide happening. It's happening inside our monastery. It's happening inside of me.
NASA recently discovered something called X points around Earth and also around the sun. These are naturally occurring portals that open and close every single day all around the outside of our planet. The Themis satellite system discovered these portals a few years back, and they've been analyzing and watching them. Some of them create direct pathways to the sun and even to other planets in our solar system. So these are called X points. They exist all around the outside of our planet. They're where magnetic diffusion points hit and cross, like our magnetic fields hit and cross. In some way, combining that crossing of electromagnetic fields with charged particles from the sun opens up a portal. So portals naturally can occur in nature. You don't have to make them artificially. So that's pretty interesting. All we have to do now is learn how to harness that power, and we can travel through space. We can go great distances without having to put ourselves in hibernation pods and things like that. But now what's interesting is you look at some of the pyramid structures and also read the ancient texts. If you go to one of the Sumerian tablets, they talk about having something called a Du-Ran key. It was called a bond heaven-earth.
Just different.
I am the world changer, coded by the blue storm. My number is 19, the power of all number. I am the master alchemist, the force behind the philosopher's stone. Skilled at the art of transmutation. I am the catalytic transformer of world consciousness and planetary living. I oversee the changes of the weather. I am the thunder that shatters your world systems. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, spies. It was I who caused the triple Aztec monuments of the Avatar archetype to appear in the ancient temple grounds. I oversee the morning and the evening stars. I behold the creator of the fifth sun, the present world. Sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth the sixth sun. For the great regeneration of the world's soul, to know me is to know your own power of self-generation. To know me is to know your own power of self-generation. Self-generation is power. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies, spies.
All right, in Lakesh Alakin. Welcome back to Synchronistic Talk. This is a special edition because we are currently operating in what we call the future portals of infinite memory. And the reason why memory is so important is because as we tap into this field of consciousness we call memory, we're able to remember, put together different states of consciousness that's beyond where we are. And as a result, once we become aware of that, we're able to utilize what we are aware of and conscious of and change our behavior and demonstrate that in the body. It is a phenomenal process to experience. And so scientists say that there's over 100 plus million years of memory stored in the back of our brain. And also that consciousness moves and telepathy moves faster than the speed of light, which is what I've been told, 299 million kilometers per second. Now, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about everything that's going down, because when we get into the body, everything slows down until we develop the consciousness to speed things up. It could be good, bad, happy, or sad, but it speeds up. And we want to be able to tap into that consciousness that allows us to do so. All right. So we are back here. I'm so excited. I want to start by just bringing us into vibrational alignment with the prayer of the 7 galactic directions. And here we go. From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us so we may know all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary beings. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. And from the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum Hunaku Eva Maya E Maho. Ayum Hunaku Eva Maya E Maho. Ayum Hunaku Eva Maya E Maho. That means all hail to the harmony of mind and nature. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. And so it is. And I love this prayer because it's opening us up to first have clarity, next to know all that's within, and from within, we're being shown the right actions to take so we can do what must be done. Then we experience the harvest. Then we experience more blessings from the ancestors. Then we can end the war from within between the heart and the brain and the mind, I should say. And then from the whole galactic power, the source of all creation, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. And may nature and your mind be one, because as a woman or as a man thinketh in his or her heart, then so is she. And inside of she is he. All right. So in looking at this, the purpose of this particular conversation is to introduce those that are seeking to advance themselves in spirituality and mind science and move into the telepathic field of consciousness. We established a telepathic group 2 years ago called the Telepathic Remembrance Group. And we've done some phenomenal things in a short period of time, but that pales in comparison to what we're going to do next. All right, so very excited. My name is Neb Taharka Kanish Kawak, and I am the founder and chancellor of the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. And what I want to do over these next few minutes is just give you an insight about the natural time cycles that we're in and how it's helping us open up our mind to this concept I talked about in terms of memory, so we can access greater states of consciousness and be more dynamic in this earth experience on a day-to-day basis. Isn't that what we all want? We want to be able to prosper financially. We want to be able to heal ourselves if we have any infirmities. We want to be able to have relationships with companions of destiny, people that support our purpose no matter what. And they support our purpose because we are walking around as the purpose. My purpose is to empower in order to catalyze, in order to help people advance themselves in this particular experience. And so I know if I'm doing that, I feel really good. You know, am I empowering in order to catalyze in this moment? Yes, so I feel great. When I'm not, I don't feel the greatest, but I'm still able to advance. I'll say. Here's a vision statement that I'd like to share with you is to transcend our minds deep into our cosmic memory circuits as we awaken from a deep state of amnesia in order to move from the information age into the telepathic age of our existence and establish a new world of highly telepathic beings. Whoever owns your time, the concept of time. Now, time isn't a mechanical clock. It's not a calendar. Time is the evolution of consciousness. Change your time and your concept of time, and you will change your mind. Change your mind, and you'll change your world. The synchronistic human defined states is someone who is able to be multidimensional while unifying energy from the synchronicities of natural time cycles towards the holonomic evolution of humanity, Mother Earth, and the galactic whole. The law of holonomy says that we are systems inside of larger systems energetically. The blood cells are part of the circulatory system. The circulatory system is part of the body. For the blood cells to say we're not part of this body means they have no reference to the whole, and they become malignant and cancerous because they're misaligned with the whole body. The humans part of the biosphere, the earth part of the solar system. See, we all are different versions of, these are all different versions of ourselves. And we can be informed by each of these levels of consciousness while we're in the body to advance ourselves into a higher field of intelligence as we live out our galactic purposes on Earth. So we follow the 13 moon calendar. So those of you that are looking at this for the first time, you know, it could spook you out a little bit at first. That's what it did to me. But I said, wait a minute. What is this whole thing about 13? Because in 13, it seems like 13 is demonized. Friday the 13th, and there's no 13th floor. And if it's a 13th floor, and if it's a 14th floor, it's a 13th floor. So all these things is something that they don't want us to know about 13. And what I found out is that 13 is the number of the cosmos. It's the missing link. Now, why would we include that in a calendar? Well, here's why. When we studied and realized that we are following a 12-month man-made cycle called the Gregorian calendar, but that is not connected to any of the cosmic cycles that helps us evolve. The moon cycles, for example, there are 13 moon cycles a year that are 28 days each, a mean average of 28 days each. That's synonymous with the female reproductive system or menstruation cycle. The moon is in connection with the tide in terms of the water, which is on the earth, which is 3/4 water, right? The earth is made up 75% of water. The blood, the body is made up of 75% of water. And so there's a huge connection energetically between the two. So the question that I ask myself is, why would I follow something that's artificial in 12 cycles once I realized the moon has 13 cycles. And let me tell you why. There's some cognitive dissonance that I experienced initially because I got to get this money. That was 9 years ago. I got to get this money. And so that sounds cool and all, but how do I get the money so I can take care of my commitments? And here's what I found. That by following the 13 cycles, I could make more than I could in the 12 cycles. Because instead of me making my goal, right, to reach every month, which is 12 months, I said, wait a minute. What if I got my goal every moon, which would be 13 moons a year? So if I was to set a goal to make $10,000 a month, at the end of the year, I have $120,000. Not bad. We're all striving. You know, some people that's a lot of money too. Some people that's chump change. But here's something else. When I flipped it to the 13 moon calendar, I didn't change the number of days, business people. I changed the number of cycles. So instead of 12 cycles, there's 13. So guess what? 13 times $10,000 is $130,000. So instantly, just from following that, I prospered 10,000 more in this example than I did following the Gregorian calendar. And so that was my lead in to say, wait a second, let me see, because I see how this can help me tap into abundance and prosper financially. I also see how this can help me to heal any misalignments that I have with my own divinity. I also said, let me see how this can create the balanced temperament where I now can interact with my companions of destiny, and I don't have to isolate myself because I don't get along with anyone anymore. So this T times E, the time, energy factored by time is art. It's what we create. But I like to give you a definition that I've been going by that's been really working well for me. That time isn't in a mechanical or digital clock, or we call it consciousness lock. Time is the evolution of consciousness. And as consciousness evolves, what can you do to overturn your circumstances? Are your circumstances God over you? Are you God over your circumstances? Are your habits in charge of you? Are your feelings in charge of you? Or do you have a place in this memory to access something bigger and better than the feelings and the emotions that you experienced and as you were, to take you further? So this 13 moon, 28-day cycle started a cause in motion that 9 years later has led me to over 1,000 one-on-one coaching sessions, 21 consecutive semesters of teaching the law of time and the whole mind perceiver, or the hollow mind perceiver, as a vehicle to help humanity evolve instead of reduced into a program that governs ourself. It's called a personality. It's called the circumstantial persona. And so this is something that we all need to be released from. And this is the way to do it, by synchronizing different cosmic cycles in the brain to access a greater proportion of our mind so that we can become more intelligent and advance ourselves in this human experience. Therefore, we have moved from the information age into the telepathic age of our existence. And let me tell you what that means now. Everything speeds up. The telepathic age is what we see as superhuman. Now, ideals, right? As long as you have the blockages and you're clearing up your karma, the ideals come faster. That means the results come faster. Being able to see what's going to happen before it happens is a skill we call precognition. Being able to see in retrocognition what happened in the past as it relates to your consciousness so that you can let go of the past. remote viewing, being able to be in one place and see what's going on in another place. You see, we've forgotten about all of this, and even mind-to-mind telepathy, because we're using smartphones and artificial technology and artificial, right? That we don't use our mind. So that 100+ years of memory that I talked about, we probably are only using about 100 out of the 100 million years. Is anybody on here deciding right now, what do I need to do, Neb Taharka, to tap in to the other 900 million years of memory that I'm not tapping into? How can that affect my experience on this earth? How can that affect whether I get targeted by the police? If I'm a melanated person, how can that affect if I'm a woman and I don't get the opportunities of a male? You see, in this memory, there's a solution to how to surpass. And it comes to us oftentimes in the form of intuition. To have intuition, you got to be into it. What? Into your memory. And sometimes it feels crazy to talk to ourselves in an intuitive conversation and carry out what our intuition is saying. You want to know why it's difficult? Because intuition is coming to us from a higher level of consciousness than the level that we operating on. And that intuition is trying to bring us up and say, now see, lean not on your own understanding. You want to do this instead of that. And so now through this telepathic age of self-governance, you can listen to your intuition and know 100% of the time that you're going to be right. Because how can spirit be wrong? There's a spiritual solution to every problem. How can it be wrong when we have infinite wisdom inside of us, unlimited possibilities through the power of the self, the God in us? And so I talk to you today with an opportunity for you to do something that's unprecedented in your experience, and that's to evolve. Whatever problems that you're having right now, you can evolve past them today. You don't have to wait. You don't have to get treatment. You don't have to get therapy. And so when we talk about therapy, let's talk about Alzheimer's disease. Why do they call it Alzheimer's? When I'm calling time the evolution of consciousness, all your time is up in Alzheimer's because you and your mind can no longer evolve consciousness to remember. You have an inability to remember. Your pineal gland has calcified in such a way. And the heavy metals that's gotten into the cerebellum and now interrupted the signal from the source of all creation and the intuitive nudges to help you evolve now. So we're in the future portals and we're talking about precognition. Pre means before, cognition means knowing. A person watches a scene sometimes in a dream or a daydream and later sees the actual event happens verbatim. They get spooked out, not knowing that they have the gift of precognition. They can see the future before it happens. And I'll tell you, even better way to see it before it happens is to create it. To be credible in this sense, you want to start writing down, because some of you already have the gift of precognition. And you say, I knew that was going to happen, but you keep it to yourself so that nobody thinks you're crazy. Nobody takes and puts you in a straitjacket and dopes you up because they say, there's no way you can do that. Now you can say different. And you don't have to worry about getting in a straitjacket because we got a whole group of people that's doing it too. So the question is, can we predict the future? We definitely can predict it if we create it. We are creators of our own reality. And so I'm having this special session because I want to invite you to meditate with us as we complete the future portals, right? So where are these portals coming from? Well, they're coming from the 260 indigenous calendar of the Olmecs, the original Mexicans or the She people. Those are with the big giant skulls or faces that they found in Mesoamerica. And the Galactic Maya. The Olmecs are descendants of the Galactic Maya. They're the ones that we've been shown have built these pyramids all over Mexico, as well as all over the United States. They're finding them left and right. They try to cover them up and they make them into these little hills so you can't see. But there's mounds everywhere showing that they exist. So what is there to hide? The key codes to accessing more of your memory is what it is. And as we figure that out, we now become individuals of self-governance. So we're not as concerned about presidential elections because we already elected ourselves to govern ourselves in direct contact with planet Earth. And so this is a 260-day calendar, and which is 260 faces of the Creator. And we all incarnated or was born on one of these particular expressions of the Creator. And in that expression, you receive a kin number and your galactic purpose on Earth. Let me tell you what I discovered. When I figured out my galactic purpose, what my work was on Earth became a lot easier. And for 9 years, I've just been focused. I had my blinders on, experiencing this and experiencing that. And I have so much to share. And now being ready to share with individuals that are seeking this kind of knowledge directly and have firsthand experience with integrating these concepts and having success. We are about to turn this experience called life upside down and right side up. And you see those green areas on my picture? That's the double helix. We call that the galactic DNA. And I'll tell you something. We're on the right side where it says 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155. Those are the 10 consecutive portals of this calendar with these expressions of God, that the synchronic order is showing us the steps on how to access this memory. Another reason why this memory is so important, because it's going to help you change your self-image, the self being the power of God in you. How you see the power in God in you is going to determine what you're going to be able to do and what circumstances you come in contact with in this reality that we call life. So we're on number 150. We're on number 151, and tomorrow we'll be on 152. And so some of you can come and meditate with us at 4:30 a.m. Yeah, I said 4:30 a.m. because that's when the spirit is moving. That's when your conscious mind hadn't woke up enough to evoke your ego to talk you out of your greatness yet. Because your ego knows how it won't work and suggests that to you so you can be triggered by your fear and stay in lack. So this calendar is one of the calendars we use and synchronizing with the 13 moon calendar to help us evolve spiritually by accessing our cosmic memory. All right, so this is the breakdown. We already did the past portals. This is 106 to 115 from October 21st to October 30th, where we went into the past and removed blockages that was keeping us from moving forward into our greatness and into abundance. And then now we're in the future portal from November 30th to December the 9th to be able to empower ourselves to design and create our future, no matter who's the president, no matter what the BRICS nation is doing, no matter what cryptocurrency is doing. We're the new currency. Frequency is the new currency, and we on the cosmic economy. And so you can keep dealing with these superficial and artificial programs and hoping and rolling the dice that you can stay ahead and build artificial wealth. Or your nature is to be abundant. And abundant already has with it a degree of wealth that's immeasurable. So come with me into the portals of your memory. Today is Kin 151, the 151 first expression of the creator, called the Blue Galactic Monkey, or also known as the Blue Galactic Magician. And the magician states, I harmonize in order to play. In this sense, I want you to use play as the word joy and inner peace and inner child, modeling the illusions. Let's play a game and model illusions. I seal the process of magic with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of vision. And we say this 3 times to lock it in to our mind and heart and radiate it out into the cosmos. I harmonize in order to play, modeling illusions. I seal the process of magic with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of vision. One more time to lock it in. I harmonize in order to play, modeling illusions. I seal the process of magic with the galactic tone of integrity. I am guided by the power of vision. Now let's go into this memory with me. I am, right? Anything that follows I am and added to I am is added unto you, according to the late and great right? I say, the late and great Reverend Ike, Dr. Reverend Ike, right? I am a galactic activation portal in order to play, modeling illusion, process of magic, integrity, and the power of vision. Enter me, into my memory, so that through the power of vision, I can change my self-image and get a glimpse of what I'm going to create through precognition and design, and live my life by design and not by default. I can predict the future now because I know I am the source and the creator of my experience. I want to read something to you before we take a few questions and go. All right. And what I want to read to you is extremely powerful. All right. I want to read to you about the magician. The magician. Okay. And so with the magician, this is the 11th, what we call archetype, right? There's 20 archetypes or 20 dynamic frequencies of light, right? And there's 13 cosmic tones of creation. When we put the 20 frequencies of light times the 13, right, codes of creation, what ends up happening is we get the 260 expressions of the creator. All right. So let me read to you what it says about the magician and see if this resonates with you. It states, I am the magician coded by the blue monkey. Think about how intelligent the monkeys are. My numbers are 11, the master code. I arise out of nothing with self-liberated perception by means of the double 11. It's 1111, y'all. I project multiple realities for the sake of universal transcension. As the generator of the blue electrical circuit, I am the blue alchemist, the illusion of my own existence. Projected by my double terminated crystal, I exemplify the enigma of reality, neither coming nor going, neither ending nor beginning. To those who think I am an enigma, I am real. And to those who think I'm real, I am an enigma. Wherever illusion remains, there I am to dispel and dissolve it. For I hold the magic tables and numbers that enter you into the cosmic mind play. The cosmic memory play is what we on. Family, this has been an incredible experience for me. And I'd like you to join us in meditating us from 4:30. It really starts at 4:41. We do a geometrical focus to increase the neurological activity in our brain. And we bring ourselves energetically into vibrational alignment. And then we do a meditation, right? And it lasts until about 5:40. So almost an hour, the actual session is, but it is powerful. And we have people launching their day and realizing they are so much more than what they've been shown. They just can't believe it. So those of you that are new, or you're welcome to share this video with other people. If you reach out to us in time, we'd love to have you join in with us in the dawning, right? That's in the morning. We just don't want to be mourning. What are we mourning about, by the way, right? And so we're going to have this experience. We'd love to have you join us. We can all evolve together. All right. All right. So does anybody have any questions about this? This is powerful stuff. You're not going to really learn about this in a course of higher learning at any of the major universities that I know of, but at the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment, we are teaching these concepts from a fourth dimensional perspective, right? The third dimensional perspective is space. And there's some powerful things we've learned from the 3D perspective. And we developed science and mathematics from that. But it's a whole nother level to do the same thing from a fourth dimensional perspective. And this is ushering us in to the new time. Time being the evolution of consciousness, where telepathy becomes the norm. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. So with this being stated, if nobody has any questions, join us. Join in with us in the dawning. How about if you'd like to learn more about your purpose, reach out to us. I can be emailed at nebtaharka@synchronistichuman.com. I'll put that in the chat here, right? Tharka. And so once you get the answers, now it's time for you to execute. A lot of us got a lot of answers, but we don't know how to execute. A lot of us have a lot of intelligence, but we don't know how to execute. And I'm telling you, when you execute with this, you'll never go back to low self-esteem. You never go back to lower states of consciousness. You'll never go back to a low self-image, because you realize that your image is the reflection of the self, the unlimited power in you that brought you from the invisible spirit into the physical body. And your mission on earth is to evolve on this journey of remembrance and fulfill your galactic purpose on earth. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to wrap up here. I trust that you've gotten a lot of mileage out of this conversation today. And listen, the time is now. With all the different things that's taking place in society, you got to have some solidarity within yourself. You got to take your spiritual life to a whole nother level, because the pressures that's going to come and force our hand from artificial intelligence and different agencies of change and power structure shifting in the matrix, it can affect you greatly, and it can drive you crazy if your spiritual life isn't on the up and up levels. And it needs to go beyond where it's ever been with what's to come. Well, with that being said, this is going to close out our session. We hope to see you tomorrow in the dawning. We also have 2 workshops this Strong In. You may call it weekend, we call it Strong In. And we look forward to locking arms and getting in these trenches and evolving as one together. In Lakesh, I am another you. Alakim, you are another me. Hotep, Hetipu, and Namaste. And remember, and don't you ever forget, evolution is the solution. Peace.
you remember the time when we were one with the sun, and all the joy that we had, 'cause in our hearts we were one. The point was focused on us, and we enjoyed this dream. In and out at our will, saturated auspiciously. Star people come down, we are preparing to be with you again. Star people come down, we are preparing to be with you again. We've been missing the point of who we are and why we came. And as this reality deceives us, we get caught and lose our aim. We get in the way of ourselves, and we dismiss the call. We get in the way of ourselves, and we make it so hard. Star people come down, we are preparing to be with you again. Star people come down, we are preparing to be with you again. So as we sit around and contemplate with the thoughts of the way it could be, and as we swing back and forth, one day we will awake from this dream and see that you are here as you have always been, guiding from a varied symmetry. And as promised through our evolution, one day we'll be free. People come down, we are preparing to be with you again. Star people come down, we are preparing to be with you again. Star people come down, we are preparing to be with you again. Star people come down, we are preparing to be with you